Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, good morning. Welcome back to the Grow Show, your daily checkup from the neck up. My name is always Coach Kyle Evans, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Maps Coach, Bold Coach, all the things, ready to hang out with you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have been with us on this journey this week, you have met some of the characters, some of the saboteurs, some of the passengers in this little thing called life. This week, we've talked about three key archetypes that are surrounding us, that are always with us. It's the achiever, the avoider, and today we're going to talk about the addict. Now, when I say that word, it is a triggering word to some. So I will say, trigger warning today. And it is not my intention to hurt your feelings. If, you do have some history with this or some pain behind this, whether it's yourself or others that you're close to, same. I get it. I see you. I hear you. And this isn't that. This is to talk about something that is prevalent inside each and every one of us. So one of my coaching clients, they said to me the other day, they said, Kyle, you know why I love you? I said, please tell me. They said, because you're not politically correct. I'm like, well, don't know if that's good or bad, but I just do my thing. And so I am going to talk about this regardless. And it's not my intention to hurt your feelings. It is my intention to help. So today, guys, we're going to talk about the addict. This is the fourth day in this saga, right? So if you've seen this before, remember the addict is not you. It is just a part of you. It is a traveler with you. If you've ever finished the entire pint of ice cream and you said you weren't, right? Or maybe you've like gone through your entire inbox pretending that you were being productive. Or maybe you've hit the gym twice in a day, not because you were driven, but because you were anxious. That's not about hunger. It's not about hustle. It's not even about health. It's about the addict in the mirror. Here's the hard truth. The addict doesn't always look like a junkie. The addict isn't always about substances. Sometimes it looks like a high performer who never rests. Sometimes it looks like the influencer who eats clean but can't stop binging in private. Maybe it's the entrepreneur who can't sit still without hitting refresh. Shots fired. Guys, today we're going to name it. We're going to normalize it. Today we're going to lead it. That's literally what this is about. It's not about shame. It's not about judgment. It's about awareness. Because what we know on this show to be true, awareness, self-awareness leads to self-mastery. Here's the thing, man. The addict's disguise. The addict doesn't care what the habit is. It doesn't. A lot of times, the addict, that traveler, that voice, that piece of us, it just wants relief. It wants it now, though. One of the things that I understand about humans and about especially entrepreneurs and people just in general is more often than not, we give up what we truly want for what we want right now. We give up what we truly desire, the big thing that we're working for, the life by design, and we give that up to solve something that we want right now, a craving, a feeling, an emotion, relief. We want a shortcut to dopamine. The truth of life is the best things in life take time. They take hard work. They take effort. Shortcuts are slippery slopes. And guys, if we can't get it from the obvious stuff like food, alcohol, shopping, sometimes it's the subtle stuff. Sometimes it's hustling until we burn out. Sometimes it's even like obsessively tracking macros. What I want to tell you about this is, again, the achiever, the avoider, the addict, neither one of them are inherently bad or good. They're only bad when we don't have control over them, when we're not using them accordingly, when they're not in check with what we're looking to do. So when I say obsessively tracking macros, I personally think that tracking macros is an amazing tool for you, but obsessively doing it, that's a different story. Maybe it's your need of caffeine just to feel alive. Sometimes, and this is something that showed up for me, it's checking your phone mid-conversation. Yeah. Ask my wife about that one. She don't like it when I do that. Guys, maybe it's watching one more episode on Netflix or your favorite streaming thing to avoid facing the day or the task or the thing that you're supposed to do. Sometimes interpersonally, relationship wise, it may be picking a fight just to feel an adrenaline rush. Sometimes it's overtraining because rest actually feels like failure. That that is the addict. It is running more of our life sometimes than we actually think. And like I said, it's not inherently evil. It's not inherently weak. It's a response. It's a coping mechanism. It's a safety valve. Guys, we're not addicted to cookies or chaos. Do I think cookies are bad? No, especially if you've had my wife's cookies. They're amazing. But me sitting down and eating 7 of them, that's a problem. Me sitting down and eating 7 of them because I want some relief from a stressful day, that's the problem. We're not addicted. You're addicted to not feeling the discomfort that's underneath. That's the truth, and that's something that took me a long time to understand about myself, right? Some of the negative habits that I was doing myself, whether it be booze or food or lethargy, laziness. It wasn't about the thing, it was about what I was hiding from, the discomfort that I wasn't ready to face yet or name, claim, and tame. Guys, what's really underneath some of these decisions? Is it exhaustion, shame, boredom, fear? Sometimes it's even unprocessed emotion. You see, addiction isn't always to a substance. Sometimes it's to a state of feeling less. That's what we need to understand. Guys, remember, we're not talking about shame today. We're talking about strategy. Here's something I had to work on and still do. You can't out discipline the addict inside of you. You can't do it. One of my mentors from afar, Jordan Freed, great coach, wealth of information, big old brain. And he said something the other day, said, you can't bully yourself into success. You can't bully yourself into being better. We can't out discipline the addict, but we have to understand it. Here's the real problem. Most people try to kill their addict with guilt. They say things like, can't believe I did that again. What's wrong with me? I have no discipline. Why can't I be like this? Why can't I be like that? Shame, 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 judgment, judgment, judgment. Here's the thing, guys. Shame doesn't lead to change. It doesn't. Shame leads to hiding. The only way to beat the addict is to lead it, not hate it. It took me decades of my life to understand that. Still working on it. The only way to beat that passenger, that traveler with us, the addict, is to lead it, not to hate it. We have to switch from self judgment to self leadership, which brings us here. Now that we kind of understand it, now that we kind of have an idea around it, that, hey, man, this is just a response to something. This is just a craving response to, "Hey, man, I'm tired and I had a stressful day and I feel like the world's closing in on me. Let me hide for a little bit in some comfort food." And then after it, I'm like, "That didn't help anything. In fact, I feel worse." I want to give you 3 practical tools for whatever your traveler of the attic shows up like in your life, because it does for everyone in different things like we named. Here's some tools. Number 1, it's the dopamine menu, right? Guys, a lot of times we don't need to suppress our craving. We just need to redirect it. This was an eye opener and a game changer for me personally. You don't need to suppress the craving. We need to redirect it into something else. The addict, again, isn't bad. It's underprepared. It craves stimulation or some sort of comfort. So instead of saying no to the craving, say yes to a better, healthier option. So, what can we do around this? Let's be prepared. Let's have a go to dopamine menu. It's something that's healthy, energizing. Maybe it's soothing behaviors whenever that addict starts going, hey, Bubba, hey, check this out. Your menu could, for example, have um, a cold shower, cold splash on the face, right? A pattern interrupt. It could be going outside for a little bit, maybe standing barefoot in the grass. Could be turning on music and just moving for 60 seconds just to redirect, reframe, change your state, change your story. It could be going for a simple walk without your phone. Could be that lovely J word that we talk about here. Journaling one page of just raw emotion. How do you feel right now? What's going on? One that's been helping me, breath work. Maybe it's 3 rounds of box breathing. One of the things that I know that we talk about in Bold, one of the truths is no one succeeds alone. Maybe your dopamine menu is calling someone who grounds you. Maybe it's in the spiritual. Maybe it's a prayer. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's reading some scripture. Maybe it's a short creative task. Just drawing something. Hey, you know what? I'm going to sketch a little bit. Take my mind off this, redirect this for a little bit. Why does this work? It shifts our state without sabotaging our life. It shifts our state without sabotaging our life. You're still meeting a need, but in a way that builds identity and not guilt, ladies and gentlemen. So, first and foremost, have a go to dopamine menu. Have a better option, a better task, a better activity, a better food choice. Number two is delay and interrupt the pattern. Guys, cravings are real, but so is our ability to interrupt them. The addict, it thrives on reactivity. So, how do we do this? We fight back with pause. So, here's the idea next time you're feeling that craving, name it. I'm craving blank right now. Hey, I'm craving wine right now. I'm craving booze right now. I'm craving substance right now. I'm craving rest right now. I'm craving Netflix right now. I'm craving over exercising right now. Name it. And then what I want you to do is I want you to delay for 90 seconds. That's it. 90 seconds. I want you to set a timer and I want you to sit in it. I want you to feel the craving peak and then I want you to feel it fall. Then I want you to interrupt it with something from your dopamine menu, not to deny the craving, but to change your emotional state first. P.S. I'm talking about business too, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't just about health. This is about your business, your relationships. Where are you hiding? 90 seconds doesn't sound like much, but emotionally, it's everything. As kids, you hear the thing, count to 10 before you say something. Count to 10 before you react. I want you to count to 90. We're adults. We got bigger problems than when we were kids. We're going to count to 90 and not 10. It's everything because our cravings don't want satisfaction. They want escape. They want escape. And if you can change your emotional state, you'd often don't need the thing anymore. Talking about health, because I've mentioned this before. I was not always healthy, and still a journey that I'm on. And for me, it was food. Like food was my big comfort thing. Like always, could not beat the diet to save my life back in the day. But then I learned to interrupt that pattern. Whenever I felt a craving, when I finally started getting in control of my health and lost all the weight, if I wanted to eat something bad or be lazy, I would go interrupt it with a walk, some sort of light cardio. More often than not, pretty much every dang time, that craving would go away. Why? Because I was redirecting emotionally. I was redirecting the craving with something healthy. If you change your emotional state, you often don't need the thing anymore. So, number one is have your dopamine menu. Number two is delay and interrupt the pattern. Ladies and gentlemen, number three Is the pattern journal? There it is again. Journal. Journal gets a bad rap. Maybe I should just start saying the notes on your phone. Here's what's true about it. What gets written gets rewired. This is for those who are serious about long term transformation. The other piece of this puzzle, understanding the achiever, the avoider, and the addict, is that if we don't lead them, if we don't choose to be different and lead them, we won't actually have the long term transformation. Everybody wants something, not everybody is willing to do what it takes to get it. So every time you feel the addict, that traveler, that passenger, that voice creep in, write it down. Here's some questions you can ask. What exactly was I craving? What exactly was I craving? Here's the important question after that. What was I really feeling underneath that? What was I really feeling underneath that? Number 3, what did I choose to do instead? Or what am I choosing to do instead? This turns compulsion into patterns. Patterns turn into insights, and insights turn into power. When we take a moment and pull ourselves out of it, take a beat, breathe 90 seconds, write some thoughts down, we can start to take the compulsion and identify the pattern. And ladies and gentlemen, if you identify the pattern, you are halfway to solving the problem. Because we get insights from the pattern and we can take those insights and apply them. And now we become powerful. Now we become dangerous. Now we become the person we were meant to be, the person we were supposed to walk in. Guys, our journal, it becomes our feedback loop. That notes on your phone, it becomes that reflection time. And once we start noticing triggers, you can start to reclaim them before they control you. This is how we go from reactive to resilient. Can you imagine what your life would look like if you doubled the resiliency and divided the reactivity? Your challenge for today, this Thursday morning, man, build your dopamine menu. List 10 actions that can stimulate you or soothe you without sabotage. Put it on your fridge, put it on your phone, put it on your mirror. Make it your back screen, your lock screen, whatever the kids are calling it these days. Then next time the addict shows up, comes knocking on your brain, pause. Name it. Name it. Choose from the menu, reclaim your power. What am I actually feeling right now? What am I actually hiding from right now? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, do not confuse. The addict is not just about substances as the world wants you to think. It's about stories. It's about emotional states. It's about not leading ourselves the way that we should. Look, you're not broken. You're not weak. You're a human being. You've been so good at surviving. Now it's time to start leading. The addict isn't the end of your story. It's not all of your story. It's just a chapter. In this chapter, we choose to stop numbing and start feeling, to stop running and start leading. Let's get to work. Let's go face the demon. Let's go slay the dragon. Let's go do the hard thing. Let's go be the hero of our story and stop hiding from these things in shame and judgment and bring awareness to it. I believe in you. So I do this. Welcome to your daily checkup from the neck up. I trust this was a good one. Guys, whoever is showing up in excess, whatever passenger or traveler is showing up in excess in your life, be it the achiever, the avoider, or the addict, it's time to name it, claim it, and tame it. It is not you. You are the observer. You are the untethered soul. It is just a voice, just a program, just a response. And it's our choice how we react to it. It's our choice what we do with that feedback, with that information, with that feeling, with that emotion. I trust that you're going to start to choose power. I trust that you're going to start to choose direction. I trust that you're going to start to choose the best version of you that you could possibly be. Love you, mean it. This might have been a tough episode for some, might have been just what you needed to hear for others. Some of you are like, this doesn't apply to me. Well, yeah, it probably does. Probably does. Maybe you're just not paying attention. All right, boys and girls, I will see you bright and early tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being open. Thank you for being open to some coaching, some advice, some self-awareness instead of self-sabotage. Let's go make it a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow.